Hello. It looks really grainy. Can you see me? Hello, everybody. Mike and Terry. Kristen. Hi. So this is my random live because I really need to actually start sowing some tomato seeds. So I thought I might just go live, talk with everybody, and see if they've done it yet. I know we're only like 3 weeks out from last frost date, but I'm adding 2 weeks. So I'm like, in my brain, I'm at 5 weeks because it's way too early to start putting anything out except like spinaches and beets and radish and turnip and things like that. Hello. So we have 5 in here. Hello, everybody. I am out front. I thought it would be easier to, well, I'll show you, have all my potting materials and seeds, and then, this big, huge pot of Happy Frog out here, and hang out with Bon Bon. Say hi, Bonnie. And maybe get this done together and we could chat a little, or maybe not even plant tomatoes and just talk a little bit. We could do both. It's just been so rainy and gross that it actually has like stopped raining. It's kind of cold. I got a little blanket and I'm sitting outside. I thought I'd come out and say hi. I haven't posted a video in a few days. Hello, Walsh Hills Homestead. How are you? Welcome. Okay, so Lazy C Homestead has not started her tomatoes yet either. I haven't. So I've had these piles sitting on my desk, and I stare at them every day, and I even like take pictures of them and look at them, and I'm like, I really need to start them. And I know we've already talked about my cells that I was going to use, but that's not enough, and they're like more than $10 a piece. So I went out and I got all these Fairy Morse big, huge cells. They're called Pro Hex. Anyway, so I went and got 3 of those. They got 72 cells in them, and they're really little. Let me move all this other stuff off here. They're really little, but it's really all we need until we up pot them, because then I've got my 3-inch and my 4-inch circle pots to put them in. And I've started a lot of stuff in the barn because I'm still working on that darn greenhouse. It is like, makes me so excited and so crazy, like at the same time. Today, Jeremy came out after work and we got some beer and we have everything cut and ready to go. We went to put up the polycarb top, and we don't have a cross member along the top to put it on and also to put our ridge on. So we're back to kind of square one. I thought my framers framed it up for me the way that I need it to, but so we're gonna have to just go back and add a piece of wood, and it just can't happen. It got dark and it was raining and it was just kind of gross. Hi, Annie Ann. Oh my God, you're on 2 lives. Well, thank you so much, Annie Ann. You're the best. MT Homestead, Tractor Supply should be giving you a commission on those burpee trays. Right. I wish. That would be awesome. In fact, I actually talked to Burpee, and they said they don't do anything. They don't do discount codes. They don't do anything. Because I told them, I want to buy a whole bunch to put in my whole greenhouse.
Oh,
but
you lied. I was going to try to scare Bonnie.
You could try to scare Bonnie. But they're like, oh, thanks for contacting us, but we don't do anything like that. I was like, okay, great. I just thought it'd be great for you. I'm still going to buy them. I'm still going to use them. I'm still going to promote them, and I'm very excited. Hi, Park. You want to sit by Mama? So I'm outside today. It's kind of loud in the house, and I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more quiet. And of course, I knew that Bear and Bonnie were going to be out here. Trays, not Charles. I bought some and some more chickens the other day. It's addicting. So I go to Tractor Supply at least 3 times a week. However, last time I bought you a silky, and it passed. It had poopy butt.
Did it really?
It passed the next day. Yeah, I
is that
told
that
you.
one?
Yeah, and then I bought 4 buff orps, so they are doing great. I'm feeling run ragged with 3 bottle goats of training my new goats. Oh yeah, what was her name? Not Moxie, Moxie. I forgot what her name was. Bear, you're a mush, a big old fat mush. Do you guys see this boy? Look at him. He just wants love. Do you guys have a farm dog like this? Look at him. He just wants love all the time. Hi, Swarmstead. Bear. Bear. Can you get off my soil? Can you get off my soil? Huh? Can you go? Hi, Denim Boots. Hello. So anyways, I've had these piles sitting on my desk, and I'm like, I have my pepper pile. I have my kind of like a salsa garden, herb garden pile, and then I've got my peas and my beans pile. So I've got all these piles. I'm like, when am I going to start them? And I've been waiting and waiting. And, you know, we had the cold and the snow a few weeks ago, and then it got really warm, and now it's like supposed to rain all weekend. And it started yesterday, was Thursday. It's supposed to rain all the way to Monday. And I'm like, my greenhouse isn't done, but I got to keep doing stuff out in my barn. So I just wanted to maybe start putting some tomato seeds in my planters here and get going. I don't have to. I might spend my time talking to everybody, but I want to show you everything that I have going on here. Lazy C, we named Maudie. Yes, Maudie. I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was Moxley or Maudie. Oh, and we got chicks yesterday. Baby hay. Haston. Just had to have the yellow box buffs. Yep. We got some yellow box too. I did want to show you guys, Fairy Morse was so sweet, and they sent us some seeds and some little, these are called like labels that you would put the seeds on. Anyways, they sent these for us to try this year, and I just want to go over those with them, with you, and they're really, really awesome seeds. So they gave us a little bit of variety of vegetables and plants, perennials. I'm sorry, perennials. I can't even think. I'm looking over at Jeremy like, what am I doing? And some flowers. So they sent us some really awesome stuff. So this is the little tags, and you could put your seed packet in here like that and let it sit up in your garden or inside if you are planting inside. So they sent us some peppers, bell mixed, some peas. These are pretty. Look at these sunflowers. I've grown these before. At least I've tried, but they never like germinated. But I have tried to grow these in several places around the farm last year or the ranch. Snapdragons. I've never grown snapdragons before. Zinnias, I do grow in my garden. I love them. They're so beautiful. And then we've got some regular garden beans. And then some basil. We got some basil. And then they sent me some Abe Lincoln heirloom seeds of tomatoes. And I've never tried these before, and I'm really excited about it. So I put those in the pile of tomatoes. And then the rest of the stuff, I guess I could start the beans and the peas. I could start them in these seed trays. I do like to direct sow them, but if it'll give me like a 3 to 5 week start, I can start them in the trays. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Nicholson Family Homestead's on here. Hello. Or Family Acres. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe and happy. Yes, snapdragons. They're really pretty. You know, I plan on having, I call it the peninsula. Over here. Oop, just let me go get that. I need that. A little windy. Call this area the peninsula, and if you could see, it's very hard to see. I don't know if you can see. Right here is a barn, and to the left of the barn, it comes out this way, and then our road, our gravel driveway goes that way. So I call it a peninsula. I like to line all the way around, about 2 to 4 foot up with rocks, and inside make a butterfly and bee garden. So I plan on, once it stops raining, having Jeremy take the bobcat and just kind of grab everything out and just honestly randomly throw things like just different flower seeds and sunflowers and some basil, and just kind of throw things, all my seeds in there, my marigolds, and just let it be just a crazy overgrown garden of flowers, and hopefully bring in the bees and bring in the birds and the butterflies, and then have a beautiful place to go sit and read a book or catch up on your YouTube and enjoy it when the weather is nice. Bonnet Oak Acres, hello, how are you? So how is everybody? We've got 15 people in here. Thank you so much for coming in. We've been on here for almost 10 minutes. How is everybody? I haven't gone live in quite some time. I just wanted to kind of like touch base. I've only posted like one video this week. It's been a really crazy busy week. The kids are on spring break officially today, and they are out all next week. And daffodil bulbs. Oh, How awesome. So Lazy C Homestead, I see all the daffodils are in full bloom. The white and yellow is all I've seen. I haven't seen full yellow inner and outers or full white inner and outers, but the white and yellows I saw all day today as I was driving on the back roads. Oh, Annie Ann, miss you too. Kathy Nicholson says we're doing good here. Got 2 new goats last night. Yay! I love new goats. I'm good. I've been busy myself. I'm sorry, Lazy C. I have Wyatt home next week. Yep. So the same spring break. We need to get together next week. We talked about it about a month ago to see if that certain was it a burger joint was open for us to go have lunch and hang out. MT Homestead doing good. Mike was bummed he had to break down and go to Lowe's for lumber for the coop build. I'm blessed and thankful that I have some free wood that I continue to get. It is very very wide and very thick and heavy, but I'm making it work. Free wood's free wood. So, but I've been watching your coop build. It's awesome. It is huge, by the way. Like your coop is huge. I cannot wait to see it up and sided and roofed. It's going to be amazing. MT Homes. Okay. Nicholson Family Acres, Oklahoma, established November 2020. Guys, be sure to watch our channel in a few days. We're going to be about, I'm having trouble reading because it's so far away. It's going to be about my beautiful wife driving our new Yanmar tractor and our Ferris zero-turn mower. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hopefully it's nice and dry for her to be in the dryness with that because this rain the last few days has been crazy. Lazy C Homestead, I have full yellows and some bicolors, and Matt bought me home some of the peach color ones. Oh, how beautiful. I have not grown any kind of bulbs here except my cannas, which I put in pots and a little bit on the side by the water spigot because we had, just moved in last year. Tina Ladybird says, hello, good evening, everybody. Sweet Pea Farms, New York, hello, enjoying the warmer temps a lot. Or almost all of our snow has melted. Good, that is awesome. The last couple of days have been like 74, and I think the day before was 78. It's been pretty warm here. It's kind of chilly right now. But the last few days have been so windy that you can't even, or you don't even want to be outside because it's so windy. It just whips you around, whips your hair around. Getting in and out of the car is kind of dangerous. Fowler Family Farm, hello. Welcome. MTM said, we are up to 29 chickens, now including the new chicks. They are going to need room. Yes, they are. That is a lot of chickens. Bonded Oak says, I just was a victim of a lumber price at Lowe's for my chicken coop build. Yeah, it's a victim situation. So I don't understand the lumber build. I personally have things that I need to do with lumber, like investment type stuff where we need to build certain things or we'd like to invest and build certain things, and we're just waiting. I mean, I don't think it's going to go down the way it used to be, but certainly has to go down a little bit. I mean, it is ridiculous. MT Homestead says, to denim boots, we have daffodils popping up all over in random spots. That's what I saw all over the back roads today. Kathy says hi to Fowler Family. I must have missed you. Hello, Fowler Family. Oh, there you are. I didn't miss you. I see you. Most of my daffodils come from an old house place here on our land or the neighbors. That is awesome, Lazy C. That is so cool. Like you said, they were 100-year-old bulbs that were still germinating every single year. That was amazing. Hidden Springs Farms, hello. LG Homestead, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you want to call it. Hidden Springs, nice up here today. We cleared some brush to make some room for my ultimate chicken house build in the spring. Molly and the shepherds, super muddy though. Yeah, mine are too. They're muddy and they're kind of stinky and wet just from being so wet the last few days. Yeah, that is so awesome. So there's lots of chicken coop builds going on. I personally need to build a chicken tractor, and I've been saying it every day, but it's been raining. And then today we were just so busy. I didn't get home till after 4. There's only just a couple hours left of daylight. Here's one of my stinky wet dogs right here. Bon. Bonnie. Do you have house duty tonight? Bonnie. Hi. They switch off house duty and goat duty every night. So tonight must be her house duty. It's so cute. So I'm going to make a chicken tractor. I'm going to do a really easy model, and of course I'll film it, but I'm just going to do, I think, 4x8 with the lumber I have, and then I'm going to cut a hog panel in half lengthwise, so it should only be 2 to 3 foot, and then I'm going to fold it in half like this, and within the long pieces, within the 8-foot piece long pieces of the lumber, and I'm going to put it long ways. I'm going to cover it with chicken wire, all of it. I'm also going to cover it with plastic over the hog panel, and I'm doing plastic on the end. I might put a couple handles or some rope, something to pick it up and pull it. But I have those broilers, and I need to take them, and those are from Windy Meadow, and they're getting so big. They're so big. I think they're like at 3 or 4 weeks, and I really need to get out of that brooder. I took them off the heat a few days ago, and I just need to pretty much protect them from the wind and the cold rain, because the temperatures are not awful here. And I'm actually going to put them over here on the side of the house. I have a big, maybe 10-foot strip wide of Bermuda that comes over probably 100 foot, and then it comes to the front yard. I think I'm going to put them on the side and just move them every single day. It's the only place I actually have grass. Everything else is just rock and clay dirt. So I'm looking forward to doing that tomorrow or the next day if the weather holds up, and getting them out of the barn and on grass. I have never done broiler chickens before, so I should have about 4 to 6 weeks. You look silly. 4 to 6 weeks. Thank you, honey. Left for them to grow out, and those are they're Ross. Was it 304 or 308? Bear, stop.
Oh,
They're Cornish crosses. Anyways, so that'll be exciting. Matt wants to make a chicken tractor out of his big steel spool that he bought home. That's room for like 200 broiler chicks. Okay, so I'm doing like 25, and they've all survived. Knock on wood. They're all doing wonderful. They are amazing. I don't know if you all have ordered yours. I know people order them every like 3 or 4 months, and they might do it 3 to 4 times per year during the warm season. Let me get you the exact name of what they are. I think it's Ross 308 variety. Hold on, almost there. I don't have the best internet out here. Windy Meadows Hatchery. And let's see here. So Windy Meadows Hatchery is where I got them from. And you guys, they are amazing. If you're going to get your broilers, they should go there. Like I said, I've had no incidents, no mortalities. They are all like healthy. They're growing so fast. And they are the first time I've had broilers, but I'm just so impressed on how healthy they are. Let me tell you what variety they are. They're just a small farm out of Texas. Let's see here. Prices. Okay, products and prices. So yes, Ross 308 strain of Cornish cross is what they're called. Ross 308 strain. See them? You guys really need to go out to windymeadowshatchery.com and order them. Anyway, so I'm only doing 25. I cannot believe that Matt wants to do 200. That's crazy. Like, that's a lot. But if you have the room for it, if you have like pasture and you could like move them around, that would be amazing. Bar Run Forge, hello. Welcome over. I missed some conversation. Valor says tornadoes didn't seem humid or warm enough, but maybe up in the southeast. I only have an antenna, TV, and internet. So I might have missed something here. Let me just look real quick. Ponded Oak says, I got meat birds coming March 15th. Oh, that's close. Today's the 12th. You got 3 days. So chicken tractor build would be in my future too. Yeah, I just anticipate it to take about an hour or so to build. My mom has planted all of her bulbs here somewhere around 25 years ago. That is awesome, Denim Boots. Gotta take the pups out for a potty. Be right back. Take your time, Bar Run Forge. So Nicholson Family Acre says, yeah, we are blessed to have a storm shelter, 1 underground and 1 safe room. We do too. We have the safe room. I was a little weary about underground. I don't want to drown. And then they make the ones that go in the garage floor. I don't want to like burn from a hot water heater. So I'm kind of a freak about that. So we have an above ground one. Figured you can't drown in it if you're above ground on top of a mountain. LG Homestead says, I'm in Northeast Oklahoma. Yes. Just like us. MT Homestead, I'm just passing on the info from my brother that my brother told me. So I did miss something up here. Was there tornadoes? What? Bonnie, what? Sorry, she's growling. I don't know why. Well, I must have missed it about tornadoes, but I don't have cable and I haven't really watched the news. So we did have a storm come in, but it went by really quickly. Nicholson Family Acres, my son laughed at me because I put up a solar motion light up on our wooded area by the house to help to see for predators. So they say like the little motion lights will scare off some predators. That would work. Yeah. Right. So you can use a storm shelter as a root cellar. The only thing that I would be really worried about is the humidity. I don't know if you'll have to put like dehumidifiers in there or how that works for mold. Hi, Margie. Thank you so much. She says she can't stay, but she wants to say hi. I hope you have a good night, Margie. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for coming over. The Fowler family says we're in South Central Oklahoma. It's leaves, Bonnie. It's leaves. Sorry, the dogs are kind of freaking out. Awesome. So I am going to show you some of the tomatoes. And yes, cheers. It's Friday night. Thanks for joining me. So I'm going to show you some of the varieties. I have not specifically gone to the store or specifically ordered any tomato seeds that I particularly want. I do have some left over from last year that I really did like. I have a lot that I ordered last year that I won't ever grow again because it didn't really produce a large amount of yield, or maybe they didn't grow tall enough and thrive. Or maybe they just didn't taste very good. And I'm not going to go over that tonight. We've gone over that in some of my lives, but I am going to show you the varieties that I'm going to try to plant. I want to say last year I had 57? Let's see here, 10. I want to say I had 57 different plants that I planted last year, and I've got a lot of tomatoes, but when I walked away at the end of July, the end of August, I was just done with the blister bugs and the squash bugs, and because I try to do all organic and not use sevens, not use even DE or anything like that. I do try to use the deterrents with the natural things like flour and stuff like that, but I was just so upset last year. I was just done when I walked away. So Sweet Pea Farm, hello. You planted the cherry yellow pear tomatoes, so productive, but I hated them. Cherry pear. Okay, so I tried the Brad's. Was it Brad's from Baker's Creek? I'm with you on opinions. I think it was like called the Brad's Atomic Grape or something from Baker's, and their catalog. And I love Baker's Creek. Don't get me wrong, but their catalog is like our #1 seller, our best tasting. Did not produce, and when it did, they were disgusting. Like I was like actually spitting them out. They were not great. Hi, Lala Farm. I don't know if it's Rick or Lala or little Rick, but hello. Welcome over. Smash that like button, everyone. Fowler family, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hi, One Hand 141 Homestead. Oh, there you are. Nope, it's T-Hand 141 Homestead. Hi, y'all. Welcome over. Thank you for joining us. So Chitty said I'm growing just 3 kinds, a slicer, a paste, and a cherry. Oh, you're back, Bar Run Forge. Thank you so much for coming back.
Mama,
So, yes, baby.
you have the car keys.
The car keys. My truck keys?
Yep.
What do you need them for?
Look at Leo's.
Sorry.
Can you unlock the
So-
car for me?
Here, you take them. So my varieties that I'm picking are because some are leftover seeds from last year, and I did enjoy them and I did like them. Kristen, as far as saying like slicers or paste or cherries, I honestly, I love watching canning videos. I love learning, and I probably know a lot. I just have not done anything besides chow chow, which was amazing, and I really liked it. I would really, really enjoy and love to learn, even though I've watched a gazillion videos, on how to make my own spaghetti sauce. We do a lot of Italian cooking. We do lots of pasta. We do like baked ziti and lasagnas and spaghettis and things like that. But if I could like pre-make like a Classico size container, like a 12-ounce plus, 12 to, let's just say 16-ounce container or glass container, mason jar of tomato sauce and do 100 of them, that might get me through the year. So I would love to do that. But so this is one that I do not have, but I put it in my pile. There's like 3 seeds. This is one I did last year and the year before. I absolutely love it. They're so beautiful when they grow and they taste very good. They're very sweet, more like a fruity sweet. They don't ever make it out of the raised bed garden. They don't ever make it in the house because I'm popping them in my mouth out of my cutty as I'm coming in. So these are called Super Sweet 100 Hybrids. And they are made by Burpee or sold by Burpee. It's starting to rain. I might have to move this inside. I don't want the MacBook to get wet in the seeds. Here's some cherry tomatoes that I saved the seeds for myself. I did get these at the Dollar General, and these are beefsteak tomatoes. I have grown these years ago, and I want to say they did not do well because they get that whole dried out cracking. I'm going to have to go inside. Bear with me. Hey, Preston! I'm mostly concerned about my seeds, you guys. Because it's raining. I'm going to bring all this inside. Let's see what can stay out. Okay, I was going to show you that I was going to try and use Happy Frog, and I was going to plant with that, and then all my burpees stuff. Okay, I think it might have stopped. Okay, we're going to hold off, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to enjoy myself outside, but the rain is just going to really bring me down. I'm over here, baby. So I was part of the seed box that Suburban Homestead Wyoming started last year. And from that, I've got a couple of good varieties that I have not tried. The Big Rainbow Tomato. It looks beautiful. It's kind of like a yellow stripe with a pink stripe. And then, so I'm excited about that. And then this is called Copia Tomato. Similar colors, but completely different. It's called the Copia. And then last year, from a local person that had a greenhouse, she was selling her tomato plants at the end of the spring, and I went and bought a few. And it's one that I hadn't tried, and it produced so many tomatoes, and they were such a perfect taste that you could either sit there and eat them like an apple while you were in the garden, or actually come in. You could slice up maybe one full tomato and have a really good tomato sandwich with just one. They're about maybe a little smaller than an apple size, but they were called Rutgers. And I really liked them. So I went and got some Rutgers. I have not tried this one yet, but this is called the New York Tomato. It's from M.I. Gardner. I'm excited to try that. So Mr. Stripey, I grew a lot of those plants last year, and they did really, really well. They grew well. They produce a lot of fruit, and they taste good. Like, it's just like kind of like a regular, not too acidy, not too sweet tomato, but like one that you buy at the store and any season just to use to chop up for salsa, to chop up for tacos, to chop up for a tomato sandwich. So Mr. Stripey was really, really good. I have a couple seeds left from last year of the Cherokee purple tomato. I grew a few of these plants. I never really got a nice big purple tomato from them. I'm going to try them again. Just because I didn't get good success last year doesn't mean I won't this year. And I really, really, really would like to enjoy these and try these Cherokees. Triple L crop. Sorry, I'm outside. I thought I heard the goats making a weird noise. Triple L crop. They are smaller than an apple. I would say the size of a tangerine maybe. And these are good too. You could eat them in the garden. You could bring them in. They have a slight sweetness to them. Not very acidy. They're not the most best tasting, but they're great just to have like tomatoes on your counter. So these might be really good to use as a tomato sauce. I'm not sure. We might need to talk about that. These are similar. These taste a little bit better to me. The trophy tomatoes, they were bigger, pretty similar to the Triple L crop to me last year, but they really grew good. I really liked them. And it's raining again. Okay, this one's taste was really great, but the plant did not produce tons of tomatoes. It's called Whipsipinicon peach, but they were decent. So they're kind of the same as a triple L crop, kind of a tangerine size. Didn't get too big, but I did not have any cracking. I didn't have any disease. I didn't have anything like that. So I'm going to try these again. And I don't have the one that I love the most. The one I loved the most I got from M.I. Gardner last year, and it was the pineapple tomato. That was my favorite one. It was yellow. It was this huge slicer. One tomato would make 2 or so tomato sandwiches. It was thick and juicy and the perfect amount of acid and the perfect amount of sweet, and I absolutely loved them. But they were out, and I have not got the email yet saying that they're back in from M.I. Gardner. And I'm missing everyone's comments because I'm talking away. Hi, everybody. The Payne family. Hi, Lila. Good to see you. Evelyn Newman. Hello. Sorry if I missed you, everybody. Thanks for keeping up the conversation while I'm talking away. Hello, hello. Welcome. This one was good. It was not a huge producer. This is high. It was not a producer for me last year, and it's called Black Creme. And I'm not sure about you if any of you have grown the black creme or not, but you know, it was beautiful. It's kind of, I couldn't really decide if it was ready and ripe because it was red, but then it was kind of turning purple. So it doesn't come off purple. It's really red and then it turns purple. So I was kind of picking them a little too early when they're red. And so that's kind of my problem, but it's kind of hard when they look like they're ripe and they still haven't really turned. If you look here, that's kind of how they were when I picked them. And so you see this little bit of purple. That's how they looked when I cut them, but they never really looked purple like the Cherokee purple, but that's called a black creme. And then these I grew last year and the year before. They're so good. They have the biggest burst of taste out of all the tomatoes, and they're called red currants. And they're made by Burpee. So a new one that I bought this year, it just looks so good. It's called the Honeycomb Hybrid Tomato by Burpee, and it's just a little time tomato, little bitty cherry tomato, and it just looks so, so, so yummy. I just can't wait to plant all these. So I don't have as many varieties as I did last year. And I was not able to get the ones that I really liked the most. But hey, I'm going to try some new ones. I'm going to try some oldies but goodies. And we're just going to go from there as far as that goes. Hi, Carolyn. Okay, so she does, she has grown the black cremes. Those ones were very different for me, Carolyn. I think I was picking them too early because they still tasted good, but I never got that beautiful purple. Sorry, it's a little cold out here, guys. I never got that beautiful purple. Christian can grow a Cherokee purple like no one's business. Give her a holler. I will. Your hot wife posted a really cool, beautiful picture of herself the other day, by the way. I hope you appreciated it. Oh, you can, Jean? Yes. I hear the frogs, too. That's so awesome. You probably hear the gutters and the rain. Oh, Bonded Oak Acres, thanks for coming over. Give that baby a kiss for us. Go feed that bottle baby. Was it pineapple tomato you said you loved? Yes, Sweet Pea. It was the pineapple tomato by M.I. Gardner. I need to go out and double check, but I have gone out there for my orders and I click on it and it says it'll email me when it becomes available. And it's really good at doing that. But sometimes I don't look and pay that much attention to my emails. So I have gotten a few, but I have not got that one. Yeah, I think it's just called pineapple tomato. Just no other name. Goodbye, Bonded Oaks. Yay! Nicholson Family Acre says that they're going to do their first live when they hit 100 subs, and they're so excited because they're already at 81. Well, we got 17 in here right now. If you guys have not gone over, let's go and let's see here. It's if you look on your comments, it's Nicholson Family Acres, but there is some additional words. It's but I'm pretty sure if you just type in Nicholson Family Acres that you'll find it. And it's NFA for Nicholson Family Acres and Oklahoma EST.NOV.2020. And they have some really cute ducks. I love their little homestead. And they have, I like their video in the snow. They had a lot of snow. Too cold here yet, Jean Aiklin. You know, It's cold, but I'm going to have them under light once they sprout up out of the ground. And I do have some heat mats, and I want to put them in. And I really, really know and feel that I should have started them like 5 weeks ago. But I did not want to have my whole living room full of plants like I did last year. And I know everybody covers their dining room tables, their whole house with them. I just didn't feel like it. And I'm just getting over having all those chicks and bigger chickens and all those animals in my house for 2 weeks during the ice storms and the snowstorms. God, you still look in my house. It used to still smell like, sheetrock and paint still, because it's only like a year and a couple of months old. And now you walk in and it smells like baby chicks. It's really gross. I just don't even know how to get the smell out. I don't get it. It must have like absorbed in the wood. I don't even know. Okay, so hi, Evelyn. Talking to Annie Ann. I haven't seen them in a long time. To Evelyn, I wonder what it was. I missed that part. Of course, Kathy. Of course, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, you guys. I do need to wipe off my MacBook because it's got rain on it, and Preston's gonna be mad. See that? Yeah. Yeah, that's wet. It should not be wet like that. It should not be wet like that. So I wonder if this light. Let's see here. I look really grainy. I wonder if I look really grainy to all of you. Hi there. That's better. I had it positioned so I could like show you my pots and my seeds and growing, and that's so much better. I could see and type. Our ducks have grown so fast. I thought my chicks grew fast, but they're nearly not as fast as ducks. So that's Nicholson Family Acres. Yes, ducks are such fast growers. And before you know it, they're like almost full size, but they're still babies. And you got to remember, like, they're still babies. They still get, they still get cold. They still need to eat baby food. They're just so cute. They're still learning, their boundaries with their chickens or trying to look for water. It's just amazing, though. Like, from the day that they're born, when they're just a couple days old, they say like a duck to water. It's so true. They love the bathtub or the warm sink water. They just love it. Yes, Jean. Knock on wood. Thank God I have no kitty cats here right now. That would really upset me, actually, if I had a kitty cat using my beds for potty. Thank you, Lila Newton, for subbing to the Nicholsons. That's so sweet of you. Evelyn said, yellow bell tomatoes. I haven't heard that name, but it sounds yummy. Bonnie Petty, hello. Subscribe to them from Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for going over to the Nicholsons. That is so sweet of you. Corey and Cynthia, word up. Chrissy, so good to see you. We love how you always make us laugh and help you enjoy the days. Can't wait for the longer days. Me too. The longer days are exhausting, though. I do enjoy, like, it's 9 o'clock. Let's go to bed. In the summer, it's like 9 o'clock and I'm still out in the garden drinking a beer. And I'm like, oh, it's just 9 o'clock and the sun's going down. But it's felt like the last year or so has been really crazy, you guys, with the COVID and the kids being home. I know you all know it in everyone's situation, and I've got to appreciate everybody's situation. But having the kids home so much has changed everything. And I'm so grateful. So grateful that I've got this time to not have to work and to be with them all the time. Yes, they get on my nerves. Yes, they fight. Yes, they annoy the poop out of me. But I'd rather have them here with me than at school any day. So having them here has felt like summer for a year and a half. Summer vacation that's lasted forever. Everyone's talking about ducks. Bar Run Forge asked, when did the ducks start to lay? That's a great question. Did Kristen say? Oh, she's talking to Kathy. That's a great question. So I have 2 ducks that were given to me. They were Easter presents for some children last year, and it was all fun and sweet and cute until they got a little bit bigger, and then they found a new home, and I took them, and they're beautiful and they're wonderful, and they think they're chickens, and they have their little pond that Jeremy dug them out over there in the buck pen and all that good stuff. But they're both females because they don't have the curl, and I've tried to identify them, but no eggs. I have not received a duck egg. And they're March. They're probably right at 11 to 12 months. So that's a great question. Lazy C is right. She's looking, I guess, for those yellow tomatoes for Annie Ann. I'll write down, see if I can locate some. Lazy C, I've got you some of those white strawberries that we talked about a couple months ago. They're in the, you need to remind me when I come to see you. I forgot what they were called. Not Alpine. The white strawberries that I told you that I saw at Tractor Supply. I've got them in the garage for you. But see, like, do you all plant strawberries? I've never done strawberries before, so I'm so nervous that I have not even planted these little, I don't even know what you call them. They come in the bag, and they're just the sticks with the roots. And I know they really should be in the ground in the early spring, and they can even go in, but way before the last frost. I think 3 to 4 weeks before the last frost, or 8 to 10 weeks in a greenhouse or cold frame before the last frost. But I'm nervous. Like, do I just put them in a pot? Do I put them in a tiered pot? Do I just put them in the ground? Like, I don't even know what to do with them. Cog Hill says 5 to 7 months on the ducks producing eggs. I didn't know that. Up to 7 months, as Bar Run Forge says. Let's see. We have had 17 ducks, so hopefully we'll be able to get some eggs. Yes! They're so cute, those ducks. Strawberry crowns. Okay, yes. Strawberry crowns. Whatever they are. I've got them for you. Pine berries. Yes. And then I also have, I think they're called Eversweets for you, too, because there's a lot of them. So I'm going to bring you some of those, too. That's a great question. So Kathy with Nicholson's is asking Sweet Pea New York if she does eat her duck eggs like she eats her chicken eggs. And that's a great question. I know people that love duck eggs. And I was looking on a forum yesterday, and somebody says that they sell 12 duck eggs, I want to say, for like $8, like a lot of money because they're so much larger, and I guess the taste is amazing. And then somebody else was saying that they use it to produce income for their farms or their ranch by selling the ducklings and selling the eggs for hatching. So Kathy, I mean, you've got so many opportunities with all those ducks. Now, RTSC has not had any ducks, and I know people with ducks, you know, a couple Muscovies, a couple this and that, a couple Khaki Campbells, things like that, but I don't know anyone that has more than 2, 3, or 4 ducks that actually is going to produce eggs or hatching eggs. Yes, Annie Ann, I read about that they are perennials, and I'm just nervous. Do you leave them in the ground? Do you like my banana trees, like, do you dig them up and bring them in the house in the winter like you would cannas or bananas and then put them back out? I don't even know. You're welcome, Kristen. Second season for my strawberry bed from Annie Ann. Duck eggs are great for baking, especially angel food cake. Yum! So they're majority yolk, right? Bar Run Forge? Not majority egg whites. MT Home says that they bought them at the farmer's market and prefer for them for baking, but they aren't bad scrambled. That's what Bar Run was just saying. Kevin, hello. Welcome over. We were going to plant some tomatoes, and it's just kind of going on and off raining. Lazy Pond Farm, so we kind of went over my varieties, and now we're just talking and hanging out. Right? Yes, Kathy. I agree. How much they cost might recoup some of the money back. Yeah. And I don't know about your area, but I try to kind of stay up to date with like on my chicken pages and my poultry pages and things on Facebook and such around here. And I truly and honestly, I don't ever see anyone advertising duck eggs or ducklings or duck hatching eggs, nor do I see anybody do turkey eggs or peacock eggs, anything like that. Llama, emu, anything like that either. But it might be a way to at least bring in a little bit of money to feed them, because I know they're very messy little buggers, and they eat a lot. So, Annie Ann, hence the word strawberry, right? I get it. Yeah, they said heavily mulch it, and that's why they use the straw, or you could just use other mulches like dried up leaves or grass mulch. Lazy Pond Farm is about to go catfishing. That's amazing. It's kind of too cold here. The kids, I took them fishing today at a pond behind like an ortho doctor, and Preston like walked the whole pond. Parker did a few casts and was like, I'm ready to go. I don't want to do this anymore. Lila said, Chrissy, would you explain Tim's Watch and Grow to Kathy Nicholson? He can also help them. Yes, I will. I'm friends with Kathy on Facebook, and I wanted to email her some SEO stuff. I just don't think I actually ever did it. I think I asked her husband what their Facebook was, and he said Kathy's. So, yes, I will get with Kathy on that. That will work amazing for her. Lazy says they like Flathead the best as far as catfish goes. Corey and Cynthia said that they could hear the frogs. Somebody else just said, Jean said she could hear the frogs. You kind of tune it out when you're, yeah. It's so funny though. They did not wait very long after the cold weather before they started making noise a couple weeks ago. Denim Boots says they do have one duck that lays, and they love the duck eggs, and they do use them in baked goods, and it's really, really great. River Birch Farm, hello, welcome over. Hello. Baby Weston keeps hitting my keyboard. We had 12 Muscovies here, love the eggs. So that's good, Kevin. I personally have never had a duck egg. I would try one, or a goose egg even. I don't know if that's a thing, but I would certainly try one. Yes, Kathy, I'll message you. It'll probably be tomorrow. Well, what time is it? It's 8:18. It'll probably be tomorrow. You guys, you know what I did today? Let me get a drink. I'm going to tell you what I did today. I sat out a pork roast, and I sat out the apple cider vinegar and the brown sugar. And then through the commotion of leaving and kids arguing and stuff, I left and did not put it in the crock pot. Everything was sitting there by the crock pot. Didn't put it in. That's okay. I was only gone a few hours. It was still cold. I get home, put it in the crock pot, put everything in, put the top on, lock it, plug it in and everything, go out, start working on the greenhouse, come in 2 hours later. Guess what? I did not turn on the crock pot. It has been that day today. So it was still okay because it's still cold. I'm really weird about my food and stuff, but at this point I'm like, oh my God, what is my problem? So it's on now, and I'm gonna cook it all night on low, and then maybe we can have some pulled pork sandwiches for lunch tomorrow instead of for dinner tonight. But I made that white chicken chili that Ricky and Brittany from Narrow Ways had taught me how to make, so we have some of that left over to eat tonight. Muscovy ducks. I have some too, is what River Birch said, and they love their eggs. Whites. Kevin, I've never heard of a white. He says he catches mostly whites and channels, but he does love catching blues and flats. A white catfish? Like, I haven't heard of that. Annie Ann, so, up here like by the door, it's so different when you're pointing. I can't reach, but up there by the top door, there's like the top trim and then the siding, the R panel. We have tree frogs that kind of live there, and you could tell because they start pooping in one certain spot, and they want to get closer to the light. So we have had tree frogs, but I don't really see a lot of toads or frogs around. Now, in our pond in BA, we used to have these bullfrogs the kids would go get because they wanted to eat bullfrogs. And when they held them up, their body was this long and their legs went down here. I'm not kidding. They were like 3 foot long. And our friend taught the kids how to make the bullfrog legs. And after that, they love to go bullfrog hunting and cook them on the grill, salt and pepper in foil. Preston, he loves that stuff. That's cool. In the greenhouse, we were trying to finish up our greenhouse grow build this week bar run. It's so exciting. So we were out there earlier and we realized that we needed a different cross member down the center of the peak, or I don't know my carpentry words because I'm not a carpenter. But so Jeremy's like, we need to take some measurements. We'll fix it tomorrow and we'll get at least the roof up and then we could do the bottom 18 inches. I was like, I would love to just like use it this spring, but it's okay. I'll wait till October. It'll be worth the wait, because it gets so hot here. So like I said earlier, that's why I did start some stuff. I have some radishes growing in my barn. I've done like my butter crunch. I've done my different kales. I've got like the scarlet bape. I've got the Swiss chards. I did not do the endeve or endive, whatever you want to call it this year, because I did last year. It's kind of bitter. I did not love it. So I'm trying to do like all my brassicas. I have not started cabbage yet. It's probably cool enough to still start cabbage. But last year I started it right around this time. Well, right at the last frost date. And it just did not, it germinated, but it just never grew big. And neither did my broccoli. I did that Italian Vesciana broccoli. I don't have it out here. It just never produced more than just its leafy greens. Cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. I think it was so stunted in the growth because in Oklahoma, it rains for like 2 months straight. So you love frog legs. I didn't try them. I see that it's white and it falls apart, like kind of like a chicken or like a crab meat. But, someone's saying bye to Lila. Bye, Lila. Love you. Have a good night. Yeah, because it's 9:30 there and it's getting late. Hi. That's right. You dance on Friday nights. I didn't even watch. Well, I told you I didn't watch. I'm so sorry. I'll catch up later. You guys, Boots and Bounties in the house. They just finished. They go live on Friday nights on Facebook and they teach line dances. What dance were you doing tonight, Casey? I would say get Jason to help, but it would go into next year for sure. Matt Payne, are you talking about my greenhouse? I heard the dog's going crazy down the way. Well, he does know how to be a carpenter. We do not know how to be a carpenter. So, yeah, he'd be a great guy to ask. I'm not going to ask him, though, about just like one piece going across. Yeah, for the greenhouse, right? I'll make him some dinner and he could come over and help me finish it. At least it would, honestly, Jason knows what he's doing. It could probably get done in a day or so. That's why Chrissy's greenhouse is not done in a day or so right now, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But I'm trying, you guys, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, you name it. Girl, I got all of them in the ground and they were 6 inches tall. Oh, they are 6. Are you talking about the broccolis and the Brussels and the cauliflower? Boots and Bounty. Yes, I'll go out and rewatch your Facebook Live to see what all dances. You were doing all the dances tonight. Haven't been out in over a year, Nicholson family. Well, good for you, because it's scary out there and everyone has to do it on their own time as far as like, I don't know if you're talking about going out because of the pandemic or going out on the town. Me and Jeremy, if it's out on the town, me and Jeremy calculate it's been over 2 years since we had a date. I know, Matt. I'll have some extra windows left over that you guys can have if you want. Sorry, I heard a lot of banging. Odd. It's okay. Sounds like someone's bumping a car, but there's no cars out here that bump. So Bar Run Forges, we put raised beds in their greenhouse, so it's converted to an open air raised bed building. So that would be awesome if I had a hoop house and kind of like Living Traditions, and that they rolled up on the side to let the air flow, and then it'd be kind of a moderated protective sunlight situation during the summer. But here in Oklahoma, if you don't have that, it's just way, way, way too hot. So I do know that my greenhouse, like once it starts getting probably 80 degrees out, it's just gonna honestly be closed up. Maybe just the vents open, and storage maybe for my flats and my pots and stuff like this for next year. But it will be completely useless. And then maybe in October I can use it for some of my cold weather or root plants. And hopefully I'd like to grow some like salad stuff over the winter and radish and things like that. Boone's growling, Bonnie. Go get Boone. Bonnie, go get Boone. Go get Boone. Go get him. Look like a polar bear. These dogs are lazy. So guys, Bear is out cold if you want to see him. I know, he's just the cutest boy. Bear. 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 Hi. Good morning, Lazy Bones. Good morning, Lazy Bones. You were night-night. Yeah, you were night-night. Isn't he cute, you guys? That was so mean, I know. He's got to wake up. It's time to protect the goats. Oop, this pot is not working very well. Time to protect the goats. Guys, is he not cute? He's so tired. He's so wet. I'm not kissing you because you were chowing down on some whiskey poop earlier today. Yeah, like a cookie. He was eating donkey poop like a cookie earlier. Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm just going to be up all night long protecting. So Bonnie is there and he's here and he's wet, of course, from the rain. Yeah. Okay, you can go back night-night. I'm done bothering you. I'm sorry. Just want to show him because everyone loves Bear. He's so cute. Is there skeeters out here? No? It's not warm enough yet for mosquitoes. As far as mosquitoes out here, if anyone's asking me, I've kind of lost the conversation. Knock on wood, we haven't had any problems. So Jeremy built me this pond, and then in the buck pen, he built me the duck pond. And then we've got a pond out in front of the property, and then we have a few of them in the very back. So far away, they wouldn't be by us, but it's not ever been an issue. But mosquitoes don't like me because I'm rotten and sour, so they never bite me anyway. But they do bite up Jeremy, but I don't think he's ever complained that we had mosquitoes out here. Skeeters. Okay, am I missing the boat? Are you talking about a skeeter like a bass boat? Robertson Belly Acres, hello, welcome, welcome. I didn't see you come in, but I see it says supple son, so I know you're talking about paint. Hello, everybody. Hood's Custom Shop. Hey, you. How are you, David? You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming over here tonight. So, if you just came in here, I was just sitting up front and I was going to actually like pot some tomatoes, and we talked about our plants, and I have like my soil. Jeremy opened the bag for me and everything, and it's beautiful, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to get it on Preston's computer, but it's the Happy Frog. It's got the mycorrhizal bacteria. It's got some worm castings and all that good stuff in it. But the thing I love about it now, having it in my hands, is it doesn't have all those wood chips. You know, you get that Miracle Grow potting soil or seed starter. It's got those thick wood chips in it, which they don't barely fit down in here, and they go crossways, and you're stuffing it in there after you moisten it. And I honestly won't ever use that again. I hate the Miracle Grow potting soil. I'm getting cold, you guys. It's getting a little chilly out. Let's check the temperature. Yes, Lazy C. So it's so expensive. I did get this for $14 at Sutherland's in Bixby. And I know it's so good because of the bacteria and stuff like that. And I accidentally killed all my worms. So I was able to get some castings. But when it got cold, I took care of all the animals and everyone did great, except I forgot about my worms in the barn. So, of course, they froze and they turned to nothing. Let's see. Well, I mean, it's not that cold out. It's 57. See it? It's just a little windy. It's only 9-mile gusts, but I'm getting a little cold. So, I'm going to finish talking to everybody for a few minutes, and then I might go in. River Birch says they have 50 guineas. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. They have 50 guineas to keep the ticks away. Yes, and they do a good job too, and chickens do too. However, they poop all over your front porch. They poop all over it. And I'm trying to make my front porch look nice and have sitting areas. So like I went out and I got, like, right now I'm on this love seat. So I went out and I got the rug right here. I have my table over here. I have a sitting area. I redid like an old dresser and I'm trying to make it look cute. Got my elderberry out there. So I have not been letting the chickens out. And thank God Tom has not been pooping by the front yard, the front door the last couple of days. He's usually up here with Silver Bullet, our guinea, pooping everywhere. So I don't know what their problem is, but I'm happy that they're not up here the last few days. Kathy, guineas are so loud and they're so wonderful. So I have Silver Bullet and he's about 4 and he's my first guinea. I have tried to buy a few at like Atwoods and stuff each year. And I bought some from like a private breeder. I don't know what the deal is. Like once they're fully feathered and they're adult size and I put them out, I don't know what their problem is. They like don't go back in the coop and they end up going missing or they die. I don't do good with guineas. Okay, that bumps. I said I kept hearing music. Yeah, that's Preston. I think he's in the shop playing basketball. Sorry, you don't ever hear noises like that out here. Yes, Matt Payne. I'm seeing little bitty patches of like the weeds, like by the Bermuda or over in the goat pen. And in the buck pen, I've got all the Kikos in there and the New Zealand. And you can see that they're like spreading out and finding different areas in the paddock to eat. And then my minis have actually been going out to pasture every single day. And then they see me drive in. They're like, there's mom, ah! And they all start running. It's kind of cute. And they think I'm going to feed them again, but they're doing really good. Really? Robertson Belly Acres says that they have trees that already have leaves on them next door. And that's crazy because that's further north, right? Is it Rusty or Rachel? I bet you it's both. Dang, Robertsons, I hope you don't get a freeze that knocks everything back. I'm super mad. Discover Sustainable. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're just talking about the trees turning green and getting leaves and the grass and the animals. And we were talking about tomatoes and gardening, but it keeps raining on me. And my seeds are getting kind of wet. I don't know if you could see it on here. They're still kind of wet. But it's kind of coming and going, and it's getting a little chilly out. So we're just kind of holding off on that. Okay, so River Birch says, yes, they love their guineas, but they do have to be forced into the coop every night for a month until they become owners of the coop. Yes, so Bullet is a chicken. He thinks he's a chicken. He's always thought he was chicken. He stayed in the coop with everybody, but he did free range, and then he'd go back in. So that was good. I kept him there, I think, for a month before I let them out with my different age groups. And now he does coop. He does go night-night with all the girls, but he also does fly on top of the coop and hang out. His best friend is Tom, the turkey. So it's so funny. They get in fights. Like he'll go like annoy Tom, and then Tom will flare up and go and like turn blue and then turn white, and his big things hanging down. And he goes after the guinea, and the guinea pecks his beard, and he starts like pecking his beard, and they run all over. So sometimes he goes up and roosts with the turkey 10 foot tall on like the kennel area of my coop. And then sometimes he goes into the coop with the chickens. He just has a mind of his own. And he just does his own thing. That silly Bullet. His name is Silver Bullet, by the way. We just say Bullet. Yes, Annie Ann. So I saw the purple weeds today. Yes, they are coming up. Evelyn said, I would be drinking my coffee every morning in the backyard, staring across the pasture to the pond. Beautiful. If you guys didn't know yet, Robertson Belly Acres has moved. They just announced it last week on their live on Monday night. So they have moved a little bit further away from me, which is okay. But it's kind of a little bit further away. Not in the same neck of the woods anymore. MT Homestead said Robertson Billy Acres. Well, if you are north of Chrissy, must not be our tree. Don't know what you're talking about, but okay. They are north of me. Our ghosts love them too. Nicholson says that they are southwest of Oklahoma City. Southwest. Okay. Yeah, that's way down there. So you guys, just to fill you in on the noises, Bonnie's over at the little bass pond that is up here on the front left of the house. And over here I'm hearing, I think, at least 3 coyotes. They're quite a ways away. But she goes crazy over there because coyotes do try to come out from behind the house at night. And she has house duty tonight. Whenever she has house duty, she sits by the front door. And then Bear, he goes and he does goat duty. He's still sleeping it off from this afternoon right now. And then he'll go do goat duty. It's so weird how the Great Pyrenees, how they communicate each night and they take turns on things. It's just amazing. I know I can come see you. I'm going to come see you and I want to come see some babies. Kathy says, quick question. Do you have male goats together? We got a male and a female last night. That's right. You said you got 2. And don't know if we can put them in the same corrals as my male Nubian. Kathy, it's a great question. So I only have Medmardigan, who's a Nigerian dwarf, and I have him with my minis. I do have 2 wethers with them, but they're wethers, so they're just like girls, so there's no problem. And then over my buck pen, I have a wether that's a boar. He's no problem at all. And then I've got my New Zealand Jesse, and he's a big boy. And so he's fully equipped. And then I've got Stinkerface, and he's fully equipped. And they all get along, but they're in there with 3 other Kiko females. But the 2 that are equipped, they completely get along. And when I do, like in the winter, I had them all together in the 17 acres. I have them separate now because I don't want Stinkerface or Jesse to impregnate any of my minis, because not that they wouldn't be cute and wonderful, but they're really big and my minis are really small. But they all got along. Like, mine don't fight. Like, my girls fight, but my boys they're just goats and they just hang out. So, Nubian is a bigger breed. What kind of goats did you get and how old are they? Like, what type? And is the Nubian aggressive? That would be a good question too. I know, May and July. That's so exciting. Kathy, I keep my bucks together. They argue for a little bit, but then they are generally fine. So there's a good answer, Kathy. That gives me hope. I want to try and put them together. So, like, I have a buck pen, and I have had 3 equipped boys, Maddie, Jesse, and Stinkerface, and then Huey, who has no balls, but he's a boy. I have had them all in there as a group because they're herding animals, and I just wanted to have an even number of 4 in there. But they all get along. Like, they don't even do headbutting. They don't like bully each other over the food or push each other around or push them out of the way because they want to lay in the hay in the sun. Like, there's no problems with them. 2 NGs or Nigerians. Okay, perfect. I would say if your Nubian is not, because Nubians aren't huge, if your Nubian's not aggressive, I would try it as long as the Nigerians are full grown. Now, if they're babies, I would probably keep them separate because they could kick them or step on them or headbutt them and knock them around. We're debating whether to get goats. Mike wants Kiko, but I kind of want Nigerians for milk. So, Terry, they're addicting. The gateway drug is the chickens. You know that because you have 29 of them right now. And you already know that you have a huge coop. So that's the gateway drug. And then it turns into goats. And goats are great. And everyone says they're easy and wonderful and all that kind of stuff. But looking back on the past year or so, goats are not easy. Goats are not cheap. I won't change them. I'm not getting rid of them. I love them. I've changed my thought processes and my plans for the ranch a few times with my goats. So let them get Kikos. You go get some Nigerians. They're great. They could intermingle. They can live together happily. Maybe have 2 different pens and just go on. But I think once you get them, things will change. So I started with Kikos, purebreds, registered, papered, expensive, and I had a mountain lion problem, or a bobcat, probably mountain lion, because 100-something pound Kiko being eaten in half and hidden and come back for somewhere later. Yeah. So it gets expensive when you're losing your really high dollar registered Kikos. And so that's what happened with us. So I wanted straight Kikos. I did straight Kikos. I did my New Zealand buck because I wanted to breed them and register them, and that didn't work. So then I went to my I already had the Nigerian dwarf. So then I went to the minis, so Nigerians and a few pygmies, more Nigerians than anything. And then I had the coccidiosis issue here in the fall and the winter, which must have come from one of the farms that I bought. Because I bought 18 from somebody, and then I bought 2 from somebody and 2 from somebody else. But you don't know. It's in the ground. It's in the area. It's in the hay. It's everywhere. So then I had that issue. So now I've got the minis, and then I still have the Kikos. And I truly love the Kikos. And I've got a great guy for you to get them from. Wonderful guy, wonderful family, wonderful breeder. Has a lot of them. However, unless you're going to register them and sell their babies, then I'm kind of double guessing, why do I have Kikos? They're so wonderful. Maybe I'll sell them. Because the minis, they don't knock me over. They don't get in my way. They don't push me around like Huey, my boar, does. So you just have to look and see what's your situation and how you feel about the goats. And that's only my opinion. Full grown Nigerians, yeah. So Kristen, Lazy C Homestead says, I'm selling all my little goats. I got this little boar buck, and I don't want any accidents. And Matt said I should raise goats big enough to eat. Well, I mean, if you do meat goats, yeah. Oh, no, MT Homestead. Kathy says, one of my females is a Kiko Nigerian dwarf cross, and she's super sweet. Ah, see, I think that would be so cute. But, some of my Kikos are on the bigger side, and then my Nigerian dwarf, that's a boy, that would be able to, he's so little, less than 30 pounds. He's probably 24 pounds, 25 pounds. Yeah, it's just thoughts. I love goats. Do it. Totally do it. My suggestion would be, don't jump in with a whole herd from somebody else. Really feel out and make sure that you love them and you have provided shelter and good fencing and they have enough area to graze, or you have hay, or just get the feels. Don't go buy 20, and just be great, now I'm doing goats. Our first 2 goats was a doe, Nigerian dwarf, mixed Kiko, and the buck was Nubian, so we got 1 Nigerian buck and 1 Nigerian dwarf. I've never had a Nubian. Exactly. We are starting out slow on our goats. Yes. Just start out slow is the only suggestion that I have for everybody. And if anybody else has a comment, please jump in and let Kathy know, and Terry and Mike know. Like I said, I would never take away my goats from what I have, but I do double guess sometimes why I have the really awesome Kiko registered, all that wonderful stuff, if I'm not going to do anything with it, because of the tragedy I had in the beginning with losing so many. So I started that plan and that dream, and it kind of went down the toilet with the mountain lion. And so I still have some, and they're wonderful and sweet and great, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I might free them up for other opportunities with people that really need them, that want to breed them, want to have registration, want to have an awesome New Zealand buck. So you just got to figure out what you want. We are thinking maybe 2 does and 1 buck. We don't have enough land for a whole lot. Yeah, goats are amazing though. I don't honestly, it's been a while. I don't remember how many goats I said per acre. Is it 2 or 3? I don't know. You just need to make sure that you could either pasteurize them from paddock to paddock, or just always make sure that they have really good hygiene and have hay at all times and water, of course. I don't always feed mine grain. I do in the winter and when it's like rainy and stuff like that, because they don't want to go out to the hillbilly feeder and get their hay. But in the summer, generally, I don't feed them at all. They have 17 acres, tons of green grass, leaves, and I always provide them hay in case they want it, but they do not get grain. Yeah. Kathy, they do jump and play, more so when they're babies. Mine are kind of lame. They just yell at me for food, and then they go walk off into the pasture and do a lot of headbutting, but they're still super cute. I love to sit out there and watch them. Oh, how cute. Miniature Brahma cattle. I didn't know there was such thing. We love cows, but we want something that isn't too big. They forage well and eat similar to the goats. Okay, we need to talk about that because I've got tons of paddock, but it's not all grazing. It's not grass. Hopefully this year I've tried to grow grass, so it's just mostly like weeds and field grass and things like that. That is awesome. Miniature Brahmas. So I've been around cows, but I last year was around a cow that came up to our house, and he had kind of run away from home, and he was okay. Like, we knew who his mom and dad were and all that good stuff, but I was trying to get close to it. And I don't, if you guys aren't familiar with my channel, I love all animals. Like, I really love them. And I was like, oh my God, I love you. I want to hold you. I want to kiss you, And so this cow's here, and I'm trying to get it to the bucket so I could take it home, or I'm calling its mom, and I'm trying to make sure it stays here and doesn't go off in the woods, because if it does, I can't protect it from animals. And if it goes in the woods, we'll never find it because it's really thick woods, and it goes on for miles and miles, and it's not like you're going to see him down the road, right? So I'm trying to like keep it by mine, trying to get it in my paddock. Okay, cool. I'll just put it in there with my goats. Yeah, no. It gets close to me, and it starts kicking its back legs like a donkey, and it's swinging its head around, and it's like almost knocking me over. And I actually was fearful. I was like, this cow is going to knock me down, kick me, or hurt me. So after that part, I was like, kids, go stand by the front stoop. Don't come over here. Don't go anywhere near it. Like, I was actually fearful it's going to kick my truck because it was close to my truck. Like, it kind of really scared me. I was like, yeah, I don't think I need a cow that would be friendly and I would love, because they're kind of big and they could kind of take me down, trip me up at least, and knock me down. Mike is a no-go on the cow. Sorry, Terry. Jeremy would do it, and I would do it if we had a paddock that was just for cows, and we would know, don't go in there and love on them. Go to the fence and love on them, like you would normally without going into their space. I think I'd be okay with that, but definitely like not out with my goats roaming around foraging. Oh, zebu cattle. Yes, the top out around 650 pounds. MT Homestead, dang it. Matt says yes on anything that can be food. That's so funny. Jeremy just says, he doesn't say no, but he doesn't say yes, but nothing's food. It's all just pets. We have cows occasionally when the rancher's fence gives way. Yes. At my old house, we had just moved in, and I think it was like Easter morning, or it was something like that. And like, we're looking out and we're like, why is there a cow standing by the pool? Like, why is it out there? I have no clue why it's out there. And it was the neighbor's cow. It was the farmer's cow. So I called him, I was like, hey, got like 2 cows in my backyard. And he goes out there and he's like, yaw, yaw. And he opens the gate, and they just run their little happy butts back in, and he closes it. And they said they found an area where it was taken down by the cows, but they were trained. 2 old people on a couch. Hello. You have a cow going to butcher in June. That is awesome. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'm getting cold. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story real quick, and then I'm going to go in because I'm sure, let's see, it's 8:51. I'm sure everyone's hungry, but you know what? Preston had a tortilla with peanut butter and bananas earlier. But that's great, though. 2 old people on the couch that you got a butcher date. That's amazing. So I'm going to show you this. And I hope you laugh as hard as I did. Because we're talking about animals. And I laughed so hard, I think I peed my pants. So let me tell you this story. I'm looking at my photos. So hold on one sec. Photos, library, albums. I don't love the iPhone all the time. I hope I didn't delete it. Let's see here. How far back do I have to go, Chrissy? Okay. Preston went to the orthodontist yesterday, and they do like these crazy 3D things of teeth. Isn't that crazy? That's not what I was going to show you. Okay, so me and Preston come out. We come out to go to school the other day, and there's this little brown thing. It's about the size of half of an egg. And it's just like this pretty color caramel brown fuzz. And I'm like, is it a fungus from like a tree or maybe a mushroom? And Bonnie and Bear, they bring all kinds of stuff out from the woods. And I was like, well, it's kind of like smaller than a mouse. It's just this fur circle. So I thought it was one of those dingleberries that fall off the trees. And so I was like, go get a stick. So I go get a stick. Whatever it is, it's dead. It's just laying there. And so I go get a stick and I nicely flip it over and it grabs onto the stick. You see what that is? Okay. So do you see it? It was hiding it's on the inside and it was laying face down. And I don't know if it was cold. I don't know if it hit the garage door. I don't even know what happened. So it's a bat and it's half dead and it's really, really cute. And yeah, bats have rabies and they're bad and you don't want to touch them. And whoever sees a bat in their driveway that has these cute little hands that hold onto like a little tree branch. I don't even know. So cute, right? So I start videotaping it with the tree branch.
Hi, baby.
So, of course, I'm like, hi, baby, how are you? So Parker's like, can we take care of it? Can we feed it? Can we, like, make it grow up and go away? And all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. So he goes and gets a box.
He was just yelling at me. He just goes, okay, let's see if you're okay. Go, baby. Here you go, baby. I don't know where his head is right there. That's his head right there. Okay. I'll go bring him inside. No, don't bring him inside. Yeah. He might fly in my house. I'll go get a shoebox. I have a shoebox. No. Yeah, in the car with us. I have a shoebox. Let's put him in the car and I'll bring him home and put him in a smaller box. Here, I'm going to go get a shoebox. Please.
Lock that door.
What is it, baby? You like the tree I gave you? What is it? You're so little. Look at those little hands. He's crawling. He likes the tree I gave him. Okay. Here, let's pick this whole thing up nicely. No. He likes that. Pick the whole thing up nicely. Put him in here. There we go. He's cute.
Okay. In a Nike box, right? Sorry. I just choked on my spit. So he's so cute. You see him, he's barely moving around. We thought he was dead. So we wrapped him in a towel or in a t-shirt and we put him in a Nike box. We're going to school. So I'm like, just put him in the center of the 2 front seats on the floor. It's kind of humps up in my truck. And when I get care of him, so my brain's going like, okay, I've got syringes, I've got goat milk, I I need to call a vet. I need to find a bat rehab place. Like, what do you feed a baby bat? It's cold and he's hungry. And do I need to get a crickets? And I've got mealworms, and my head's like doing all this stuff. And I'm like, maybe I could like puree some mealworms with some milk and feed it. I don't even know, right? So we're driving and we're talking, and I look over at Parker, and kind of like a mouse in a wall, right? Because it's in this Nike box. And then you hear it a lot, like fingernails, like little nails. And so Parker's like, oh, obviously he's feeling better. That's so great. I was like, yeah, maybe he's warmed up, the little guy. Maybe he'll live. This is just going to be great. All of a sudden, on the Nike boxes where you can put your thumb, like your finger like this, and pop open the top, it's like a little half circle. All of a sudden, out this little half circle comes this little baby bat, and we look down, and it's coming out, and that's when the screaming started. I start screaming. Parker starts screaming. This bat comes out and starts flying on the inside of my truck in circles, front seat, back seat, front seat, back seat. Parker's screaming. I'm screaming. Preston's laughing. We pull over. I'm trying to like find a place to pull over in the grass and not be in the middle of the road because we're almost there to school. I pull over. I'm putting the windows down, and that little sucker's still doing this inside the car. He's not going out. I'm like, go out, go out. I'm screaming now, saying, it's got rabies. Don't touch it. It's got rabies. It's going to get you. So we go from this poor little baby that we're going to bottle feed to, it's got rabies. So Preston's trying to shoot out the window. It lands on my dashboard. It gets back up. It starts flying in circles. I finally pull over. The car's still kind of moving. Parker jumps out. Ruger's freaking the frick out. And Ruger's like, oh my God, he jumps out. So I'm yelling, get Ruger, we're by the road. Because we were in this ditch with like this green grass. And so he jumps out. The poor bat's still spinning around. It won't go out. All four windows down. It's just in circles. And it goes and it lands in the door. And Preston's got this blanket up like this so it can't fly anything. I open the door. It's sitting on a mask, and it's just trying to crawl into this little mask. So I pick it up, and it just flies off. That's my story, because that's how we roll. We love baby animals, but we don't. It was really dumb of us to pick up a bat, and it was really dumb to think that I was going to have like a bat live in my house and take care of it and feed it and nurture it back. It was out cold, and I thought he was dead on my driveway, and he got warm, or maybe inside the box it was dark and he's nocturnal, and he thought, oh, it's night time, it's time to go fly and catch some mosquitoes and moths or whatever the hell, but it would not get out of my car. So I'm pretty sure it was full grown. I'm pretty sure it was fine, and he is gone now. So that's my story, and that's the story of our life all the time around here. Lazy C says, Matt told me once I'd die trying to pet something I shouldn't. That's exactly it. So yesterday, okay, hold on. I'm almost done, and I'm going to let you go. So yesterday, it was like 6:30 in the morning, and Bonnie's going crazy, and I just redid that little, I'll show you guys another day. I just redid this dresser to make these sitting areas out front that I just talked about earlier today. Anyways, she's going crazy, and she's scratching, and she's like in my elderberry that I just brought out, and she's scratching, and I'm like, you're getting dirt everywhere, you're hurting my plant, what's going on? And I look behind it, and I see like this long tail, and it's like slithering like this, and it goes under. It's like, shh. I was like, it's a snake. And I was like, it's too cold for a snake. It's a snake. So I start pulling it out, and I'm like, it's a possum. It's like this long tail with tiny little microfiber fur. It's a possum. So we're pulling it out, and I'm like yelling and waking the kids up. It's a possum. It's a possum. And so Preston's like, let me shoot it. And I'm like, it's on my front porch. You can't, let's just like pull this out and let it run off. So we all get out there and we start pulling it out. And so we end up taking the dresser and we lift it up because the dresser is long on the front and short on the back, but it couldn't get out the front because it was very short and not wide. So we lift it up. It's a freaking chinchilla, right? This cute, round circle, furry chinchilla. It's gray. It's so cute, right? So I'm like, it's a chinchilla. We got to catch it. We got to take care of it. And Jeremy comes out. He's like, that's a freaking rat. I'm like, what do you mean it's a rat? He's like, it's a rat. It's like, no, it's not a rat. It's a chinchilla. It's cute. And Preston's like, it's a rat. So they were finally able to shoo it away, and it went running into the front yard, and that was the last of its life because Bonnie and Bear got it. And I'm so sorry to tell you long-winded stories, but that's the story of my life. So my chinchilla turned into a rat real quick, and then he died because Bonnie and Bear played with him. So no chinchillas in Oklahoma, and no cute little baby bats that need rehab in Oklahoma either, because they fly around in your car and could give you rabies. So don't follow my direction on any of that. You guys, thank you so much. Thanks for being in here. Terry, stop. I do know now that chinchillas don't have long tails, okay? I was like, someone's pet got loose. It's a chinchilla. My head's like, I need a 10-gallon fish tank. And I need, like, what do they eat? My head goes there. And then Preston and Jeremy are like, it's a rat. It's a rat under your dresser on the front porch. Like, what are you thinking? You guys, I'm sorry. I'm just silly all the time, but that's my funny stories. But I'm gonna go. We've been on here for a really long time. We've been on here for an hour and a half, and I'm cold, and I'm sorry I did not plant the tomatoes, but it's still kind of drizzling and raining, and I don't really want to be out here planting stuff because this is all very humid. Yeah, it's still drizzling. See all the raindrops on there? Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a long time since we went live. Hope you enjoyed my crazy funny stories. I will see you guys soon. Hopefully I get the greenhouse going. Maybe tomorrow it won't rain. And yeah, it's raining a lot on me right now. So I'm going to go. Hope you have a great night. Love all of you. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye.